Alright, this group is Rena, Joe Locke, Frank, and Chris O'Connor. So, we're going to start with question number 2. And the question is, later in the book, it is noted all along Joe Rance has figured that he was the weak link in the crew, page 326. But then he found out much later in life that all the other boys felt the same way. Why do you think that was, and why do you suppose they didn't reveal this to each other until they were old men? Who would you categorize as the weakest, and who would you consider the strongest? So, I personally think that they didn't tell each other this when they were younger, because they didn't want to come off as, like, weak to each other and, like, not cool. So, like, if they kept that hidden, like, they wouldn't think of each other the wrong way. And, yeah. What do you think, Frank?
Well, I mean, I definitely agree with you there. I mean, I think that they didn't want to ruin each other's, like...
Friendship.
Yeah, they didn't want to ruin their friendship, and, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe could be the weakest link because he had like a really tough life. He lost his mother.
Yeah,
he lost his mother when he was a child. He struggled to support himself during the Great Depression. And
Joe,
what were you saying?
What?
What were you saying?
No, keep going.
He was forced to support himself while he was still young, and he managed to pay his way through the University of Washington, where he went to school.
Chris, what do you think?
I think they didn't tell him because if they told him when they were younger, it would ruin like his motivation to get stronger. And like when they're old, they don't really have to like focus anymore, so they can just tell each other stuff, and they wouldn't really care.
Yeah. And there's another part of the question, and it goes: who would I categorize of the weakest, and who would I consider the strongest? So, I would consider Joe to be the strongest, because like what Chris was saying, he was able to like go through college like supporting himself, and also he didn't turn around like and leave the Olympics after like all that shit happened with the fam. Yeah. So the first question goes: George Popcock and Al Ulbrichson each stand as somewhat mythic figures in the boys in the boat. However, they were very different men with very different relationships with the boys. Discuss their differences in leadership style and their roles within the University of Washington's rowing establishment. What about Popcock enabled him to connect with Joe Rance on such a personal level? So I think Popcock was able to connect with Joe on a personal level because he's able to like connect with him. Like they've been through like similar things, and like he could understand how he feels. So like that gives him like an advantage, like writing a character, because then it's sort of like writing about himself, but it's not about writing himself. But like it really is in the same way.
I feel that like Ulbrichson was kind of like focused on winning, and Pocock was kind of more of like trying to build a relationship with all the boys instead of worrying just about winning. Like Ulbrichson like would discipline them both like in and out of the boat, and all he wanted to do was like get the boys into shape so they had like a shot at beating the British team. whereas I think Pocock is just trying to build a team that would stand together, not just like more focused on winning.
Yeah, I agree. Both the coaches had like different teaching styles. They were like a good cop and bad cop. One was hard and stern, and one was like nice and friendly.
Yeah, I like that. And also, like, one wanted to be friends with them, while the other only just cared about winning. And I think building that relationship is more important.
Yeah, it's easier to build, like, it's easier to show character when a coach is, like, is able to show a connection instead of just focusing on trying to win and, like try and take the motivation away from, like, his team or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that too. We gotta discuss the differences in leadership style. So I think one guy was more like stern, and like the other guy was more like lenient with the boys. So he's able to like speak with them like closer. Whereas the other guy, like the kids were like feared him, so they weren't able to like connect with him. So like yeah, with that. And like the leadership, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good to have two different coaches like that.
You get the best of both worlds.
Kids.
Yeah.
I feel like it was easier for Joe too with a coach like Pocock.
Yeah, definitely, because with all this shit in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah.